It's been a fantastic day. All credit to Sharon and Jeffrey and everybody else who has been involved in the organisation. It's been brilliant for me to get out and really be inspired by what is going on in the community, in the sector, find out more exciting stories, see how it's being used for social good, and also, is this working okay?
Fine.
Yeah. And, also hear the challenges for government. Lots of discussions around ethics, diversity, skills and stuff. So it's a really great opportunity for me to come here today to tell you that government is interested and doing a lot of work. And it will be a very quick run through, but very keen to hear your thoughts and questions afterwards. But taking a bit of a step back, why is central government so interested in AI? Well, as has been discussed today, we're moving towards an AI-powered future at an increasing pace, with data and computing capacity unlocking a surge in the capability and speed of AI technologies. Just one example that we use of the speed that we're moving at is looking at speech recognition technology. Error rates have fallen from 1 in 5 to 5 words 5 years ago to less than 1 in 20 today. But we've heard lots more stories about the developments that are happening in the AI and data technologies today. And AI is already making an impact. We are already seeing the transformative ways that AI technologies are being used. For example, in the fields of healthcare, energy, and security, AI technology is already playing an important role to deliver better services and results for the public. And the government recognises this. The importance of the development of this technology, the pace which it is moving at, and the impact it could potentially have. In terms of scale of impact, there is, for example, the projected 25% uplift in labour productivity by 2030, and this is estimated to have a positive influence on GDP in all 4 regions of the UK. And creating the economies that harness AI and data is one of the biggest opportunities that we have today, and with the potential to deliver long-term economic and social change. And it's the countries that lead in this technology in terms of investment and application that will be the economies that define the 21st century. So that is why government chose to make putting the UK at the forefront of the AI and data revolution one of its 4 grand challenges in its modern industrial strategy. I hope you've all heard of it, but just in case, this is the government's ambitious long-term plan to boost the productivity and earning power of people and businesses throughout the UK. And the good news is that the UK is already well placed to make the most of this opportunity. We're 4th in the global distribution of startups, and figures prepared recently for TechNation reveal that the number of venture capital investments into the AI sector leapt by 17% last year, which is more than the whole of Europe combined. But we recognise that we need to do more to build on these strong foundations. And to fully achieve this grand challenge that we set ourselves and realise all the social and economic benefits, we need a strong partnership between government and industry. So that is why we launched the nearly £1 billion sector deal in April last year, and that was the beginning of establishing that partnership. The AI sector deal sets out actions to promote the adoption and use of AI in the UK and delivers on the recommendations of the independent AI review. Again, I hope you're all aware of it, but that was a review conducted by Dame Wendy Hall, who got a bit of a plug from Sue Daly a bit earlier, and Jerome Pesenti, who at the time was working at Benevolent AI, and that was published in October 2017. So the AI sector deal outlines a package of support for the sector and takes up many of these recommendations. And the slide behind me just illustrates some of the ways that both industry and governments are benefiting from this deal. So that is why the Office for AI is here. That's why I've got my job. And I have to say, it's a pretty exciting job. And one of the best bits is coming out to events like this and talking to many of the people here today. We are a joint team. We were established last year, and we're joint between the Departments of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, and Digital, Culture, Media and Sport. We are responsible for overseeing implementation of the AI and Data Grand Challenge and delivering the commitments in the AI sector deal. Our mission is to drive responsible and innovative uptake of AI technologies for the benefit of everyone in the UK. We, along with our partners, are working hard to deliver on these top priorities, which are leadership, skills, and data. And it's quite encouraging that many of these things were talked about today. We have 5 main priority areas, which I've listed above, and I'm going to run through those all very quickly and tell you what we've been up to deliver on these. So, starting with skills. We all know competition for AI skills and talent is intensive. Demand is outstripping supply, and there are high salaries available for those with the right skills. And on diversity, another hot topic that has been discussed today, it's not acceptable that only 1 in 10 machine learning researchers are women. And as we've heard, there are particular issues if there is an absence of diversity of thought in AI. And it doesn't have to be this way. Up to the mid-1980s, 40% of computer scientists were women. So we've been working hard to make sure that everyone is able to benefit from the opportunities and ensure that businesses have access to the talent that they need. So I put up the initiatives that we've done over the last year. At the top end, we are investing 100 million in 16 centres for doctoral training. One is based in Leeds, I'm pleased to say, and another in Sheffield. And these will deliver 1,000 new PhDs over the next 5 years. In addition, there is 50 million more on prestigious new AI fellowships to attract and retain the top talent in the UK. For those at university or mid-career, we are currently developing new industry-funded master's programmes, and we're working with the British Computer Society and Institute of Coding on that. And very recently, in June, I think, we announced 2,500 places for AI and data conversion courses starting next year. And this includes 1,000 government-funded scholarships to open up opportunities for people from all backgrounds. Now, moving on to data, which is another hot topic. Access to data is fundamental to support AI technology and innovation, and exploring frameworks and mechanisms for data sharing is a key commitment in the AI sector deal. Earlier this... I'm sorry, my voice is really drying up. I'm going to grab some water. Oh, that's much better. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, access to data is fundamental to support AI technology innovation. And exploring frameworks and mechanisms for data sharing is a key commitment in the AI sector deal. Earlier this year, we completed a project with the Open Data Institute to explore the potential of data trusts. This is a new model for data sharing to see if we can increase access to data whilst maintaining trust in its use. There are a number of reports on the Open Data Institute's website, and I put the link on the slide, and I would really recommend that you all take a look and feedback your comments on this, because we'd really like to hear people's views and opinions on whether this is a new and interesting model that we think would move us towards a more open way of sharing data. And I also wanted to bring your attention to the fact that government has announced its intention to develop a national data strategy to unlock the power of data across government and the wider UK economy, while building, again, citizen trust in its use. The team at DCMS are currently gathering evidence for this, and there are business engagement roundtables taking place next week. I wanted to do a bit of a plug for this. One is taking place in Manchester on Tuesday, and another one in Leeds on Wednesday. I know it's very short notice, but if you are free and you're interested in this area, please do sign up and come and give your opinions, because we want to hear them. Again, I've put the link at the bottom of the slide. It's not very pithy, so please do take a picture and come and give your opinions. Okay, moving on to adoption. Our goal in government is to make sure we are leading from the front in the safe and ethical use of AI. We commissioned a review of AI in the public sector, and in June published a new guide to help the public embrace AI technologies. The guide is intended to be used across government to help departments implement new opportunity for AI technologies to save money and improve services for the public. The AI Guide also features a section on AI ethics and safety, which meets government's ambitions to develop and use AI responsibly. This section is informed by detailed governance and guidance produced by the Alan Turing Institute. And ethics, as we have heard today, is a hugely important topic. It's front and centre of many of the discussions that are being had around AI and data. So as you would have heard if you were at the last session, government has established the Centre for Data Ethics and Innovation to provide independent expert advice on measures needed to enable and ensure the safe, ethical and innovative use of AI and data-driven technologies. But perhaps the most significant measure on adoption that we've announced so far is our mission, and that is to use AI to transform the prevention, early diagnosis and treatment of chronic diseases by 2030. The aim is that by 2030, 20,000 fewer people a year will die because AI has helped to diagnose illness earlier than would otherwise have been the case. And I've got another kind of topical reference, because the principle behind these AI missions that government is embracing is the Apollo program that was established in the 1960s. And that's a nice kind of look back given the 50-year anniversary that we've been celebrating this week. So if our mission is realised, this would clearly be a fantastic and inspiring achievement in itself. But driving towards that goal will also help and encourage the uptake of AI more widely across the public sector. This is a huge ambition, and we are aware of this, but government and our partners have already taken some really bold steps. I've set out a few on the slide, but given where we are, I particularly wanted to point out that Leeds University announced 50 fully funded PhD researcher places to unlock the potential of AI in medical diagnosis and care. So finally, I would like to draw your attention to the AI Council, which we are establishing. This is going to be an expert committee bringing together academia, industry and the public sector to continue to drive the UK's leadership and help us, the Office for AI, prioritise what we do. The membership was announced in May and can be found on gov.uk, and we're just looking to set up the first meeting of that in the next few months. So that is a very quick canter through some of the exciting activities that we've been up to in the past year since the AI sector deal was launched. I hope if we get invited back next year, we'll be able to tell you some more exciting announcements and how we have been delivering and improving on the initiatives that we've started so far. This is only the start of the UK's plans to be recognised as a place where ingenuity and entrepreneurship can flourish, and where technology follows the highest ethical standards, and where the transformative potential of this technology is spread across the UK economy as a whole. There is a lot more to do. We certainly don't have all the answers yet, and I think continuing the discussion, the dialogue, is what is going to be critical to making sure that we get this right. So I can only say thank you again for inviting me to such a fantastic event where we can have these really important discussions. Please do feed in to us what you're thinking, and please do stay up to date with what we are doing. You can do that by looking on our government.uk webpage. You can follow us on Twitter, and do sign up to our newsletter as well to keep up to date on all the latest announcements. Thank you very much.